Hello. Just going to hop on and talk to you guys a little bit about online content creation. So that kind of encompasses a lot. So not going to tap into each individual thing that you can create online for content creation, but just kind of do a broad overview. And then, of course, just ask questions. If you have any, just shoot me an email or text me. But essentially, what is content creation? Content creation is something that you are creating and or sharing to get interest from your audience to engage with you or with that content. So whether it's a social media post, blog, video, podcast, whatever it may be, it can be something that you solely create from scratch or something, again, that you're resharing and giving credit to the original content creator, or a little bit of a combination of them. The ones that I like to use most are blogs and videos and social media, and mostly because that's one piece of content that can be turned into a social media post, a written blog, and a video blog. In regards to figuring out what type of content you want to create, you really want to be thinking about who you want to see that content. Who do you want to engage with that content? So if you work with children, you're probably not creating content for children. You're creating content for their parents, because their parents are going to be the ones that are looking for a provider, that are on Google, that are on social media, typing in what to do when your kid won't sleep or when your kid's having a tantrum. So you really want to be speaking to the parent. If you're maybe working with kids, if you're working with adolescents, like definitely later adolescents, you can speak to those teens. They probably are a little bit more involved in finding a provider for themselves. And then if you're working with adults, of course, you're making sure you're speaking to that individual. So if I am a therapist who works with young adults, I'm probably not creating a lot of content about divorce or about kids or about taking care of your elder parent, whatever it may be. Like, I'm really just creating content for my specific niche, my specific individual that I want to come into my office. That does not mean that someone with kids, someone who's been divorced, someone who is caretaking, for someone else other than themselves isn't going to engage with my content and find it helpful. It just means that I'm not going to spin my wheels creating content for everyone, because a lot of times when you create content for everyone, it's really hard for anyone to find your content. But if you're very specific, very niched, very kind of ideal client, creating all your content for that one individual, it's going to be a lot easier for your ideal client to see themselves in that post. And so, like I said, taking one piece of content and kind of repurposing it, that's something that a lot of people do. So whatever you find easiest. Personally, for me, I find writing easier. So I write a blog first, then I literally record myself reading it and add a little bit more into it. And of course, post the written blog on my website. Then take the video. I do upload it to YouTube. I don't have like a YouTube following or anything like that, but of course people can. I usually just make the videos private on YouTube, and then I take the URL from YouTube, embed it in my blog, as well as share on social media. And then you can input some of those videos into like Instagram Reels or different things like that too. And then if you have an audio version of it, you can upload it to an app called Sanomind. They're an audio platform for mental health professionals. And then, you just have that one piece of content about, why millennials have FOMO. Same words, same content, same vibe, same everything, and you're repurposing it across lots of different platforms. If you don't have your own website, there's lots of places to share those written blogs or those video blogs. Of course, we can post them on our Be Mindful Louisville site for you. So just message me and I can hook you up with a space to do that. And then that'll always link back to your directory page, so clients can find you. There's also other platforms online like Medium or totally spacing on the other one, where you can post your blogs for free and the public can find them. And of course, always making sure if you're listing them in other places that you're always putting your directory listing at the bottom or something like that so people know how to contact you or reach out to you. And social media wise, if you don't have social media and you don't like social media, don't get social media. Not every person in private practice needs to have social media. It can be really overwhelming for individuals. And if you don't need it or like it, I wouldn't advise doing it. But if you do have a Facebook page for your professional business or an Instagram page, of course, you can share content on there. A lot of people make some pretty good comments, or engage a lot with their individuals through the comments on social media. That's a good way to get some content ideas. And of course, just Googling things if you're looking for content ideas. So thinking about, again, the clients that are coming into your office and the clients that you want to attract into your office and what they're talking about. So if you have a lot of clients coming in that are talking about, COVID stress or work stress or, not being able to stop crying, whatever it is, break that down. And that can probably be broken into a couple different blogs, a couple different videos, a couple different, infographics or content creation type thing. You don't need to make like a 20-minute video because in reality, no one's going to sit there and watch a 20-minute video. So you really want to break it down into digestible chunks. So if you take a really big blog, you can break that down into several different smaller blogs. And then you can also make several different videos off of that. And trying to think of other different things, kind of all over the place. Coming off maternity leave, my brain's a little bit all over the place. But hopefully some of this information was helpful for online content creation. How I organize my online content creation is on the webpage called Trello, Trello, and I literally just keep a working list of all content creation ideas. So some of them are very basic, as like why you should go to therapy, why your mom doesn't want you to go to therapy, very vague, general, like mental health FAQs or mental health myths, whatever it may be. And sometimes those are just easier for me to brain dump and type something out in regards to getting some content around that. But then I have really specific ideas listed in there too regarding my clients and my niche. And then when I'm ready to write one, I just kind of organize it and keep track of it from there. Because you can, you can do lots of different things with your blogs. Like I said, post them on our Be Mindful website, post them on your website, social media. Sometimes the directory listing pages that we are members of also allow you to post your blogs. Sometimes your associations that you're a part of for your license will let you post them on their blogs. And Google My Business will let you post content on your page there, social media, Medium, lots of different things. But like I said, again, kind of all over the place. But let me know if you have questions. All this information, of course, is on the OneDrive if you have access to that. If you don't have access to that, just shoot me an email and I'll try to help you as much as I can in regards to online content creation. But I'd say the biggest tip is don't try to do it all. Just try one. Like I said, I like writing best, so I write. After I got comfortable with writing and after I had a couple blogs written, I was like, oh, hey, I feel comfortable on video. I could make a video of me reading this and I could repurpose that content and post it on social media. Or I could just attach the video to the top of the blog because I know I don't like reading personally. I prefer to listen to something. So just kind of letting it come organically, not having to do it all at once because you're just going to overwhelm yourself. And knowing that the end goal of online content creation for most people is to educate and to get people on their site and to pull them in. Again, for us, sometimes people who are reading our content, engaging with our content are never going to be our clients, and that's fine. So a lot of the purpose of content creation is to just get your name out there, maybe even kind of get a little bit of like an expertise behind your name, a little bit of like street cred behind like, hey, I know what I'm talking about. Look look at what I'm talking about. But also for those individuals that engage with our content who are going to be our clients, it gives them a little bit of a taste of like who we are and what we do and our energy or our vibe, or if we cuss in session, or if we're, super clinical, or, whatever it may be. And that, of course, allows that client to figure out, hey, are we going to be a good fit? And usually clients who do find me online, hey, I read some of your blogs. Hey, I saw your Instagram. You look cool. You look normal. You look X, Y, and Z. That post really stuck out to me, or spoke to me. So whatever it may be, it's not like the clients who call me, who find me on Instagram, or who find me on my website, or reading every single one of my blogs and engaging with all my content. That's not really the purpose of it, in regards to how I use it. But they're seeing themselves in something, and they're engaging with it. So that's great. And then of course the people who don't live here or don't want to be my client are still getting something from it too. So that's great too. But yeah, like I said, email me. Always here to help you guys with your practices. Really want to empower you guys to stay in business for yourself and keep getting the clients that you want to get. And sometimes online content creation can be that. Or sometimes people stop seeing clients and only do online content creation. So that's always an option too. But okay,